Hey Lucas, we're almost there. Are you sure that this course on special relativity theory was your best option?
Yes, Susie, no problem. I have Einstein as the front cover of my notebook. I just have to express out loud full admiration for any Einstein photo and will easily pass all the exams.
Hey, look at the posters. They look a bit pretentious, don't you think so?
Yeah, a bit pompous, and looks like a cult. So they probably have all the answers. Oh, I am getting late. I must enter the class right now. Bye-bye.
Hey look! Another student is coming late. That is another proof that we live in a chaotic universe. Isn't it? As I was saying, the speed of light always has the same constant value, no matter the ray direction. The light source movement does not affect the speed of light, as when you touch the water in a lake. The wave's speed is not affected by the speed of the ship you are moving on. However, Einstein added much more stuff on this subject. Having said that, our thought experiment is made using a device composed of a light source and two mirrors separated a distance d. So, a light ray, say a photon, can oscillate between the mirrors. If you travel within a closed vehicle, at a constant velocity, along with the thought clock, then you will see this. On the round trip, the photon travels the distance 2d, at time t. In another case, if you are at rest, and see the clock pass in front of you, at a constant velocity, then you will see this. The photon follows a sawtooth path, so it travels more distance between the mirrors than in the previous case. But the speed of the light is always the same. So the time it takes for the photon to travel between the mirrors is greater than the time t that we measured in the first case. From this point of view, time is not absolute, but relative. It depends on your perspective. So, we can say that our universe is certainly relativistic chaos.
What? No way. So sorry, can I make a comment? I do not see the photon traveling the way you say, but as you will see now, on my smartphone. As you said, the light is not affected by its source movement. So in the second case you described, it does not follow any sawtooth path. Because it does not get any lateral momentum from its source or the mirror. If your speed is negligible compared to that of light, you are not able to see what really happens. So this peculiarity was used by the relativistic sect to falsify what occurs to the photon between those mirrors. In the model shown on the screen, I'm assuming the device travels at a high speed comparable to light. So the photon always moves vertically because the displacement of the photon is independent of the mirror's velocity. The distance the photons travel is always the same, so the time does not change depending on the perspective. Consequently, the first case you showed up in is also wrong. The sad fact that more than a century ago, the Michelson and Morley experiment did not produce the results that some scientists expected, does not grant the relativistic sect any right to falsify reality, and even worse, to do a huge business from all this. Indeed. I think you should not show this audience such wrong pictures.
Hey, wait a minute. The pictures are right. It is just that you do not understand special relativity theory.
Okay, fine. Professor, please explain where I am wrong.
This is not about right or wrong. It is just that you must learn there is no natural order, but only chaos. We are science, and we are your only guide in the dark. I find your comments so disrespectful to Einstein's superior mind, to this class, and to science. And you should not dare to talk that way about something scientists have already proved.
Okay. Now I understand. You cannot show anything wrong with my model, because it is correct. And you certainly know that, but you respond to other interests rather than true
so
science.
Disrespectful.
Indeed. After the fall of old social structures, and a long history of religious wars and manipulations to control and exploit people, the ideas on non-Euclidean geometries, other dimensions, and the theory of evolution became extraordinary sources for raising funds and were immediately implanted by the elite and its academic financial system. But they needed more funds. So they readily promoted Einstein's commercial image, among others, and financed the diffusion of any relativistic ideas and the negation of any natural order.
This is outrageous.
Let's burn that kid down.
Let's hang him.
Let burns that kid
The
down.
elite implemented massive propaganda to convince people that relativistic stuff is the paradigm of free thought. However, it is the opposite: a dead end, an ambush, a huge hoax that promotes false expectations every single day to manipulate and control people. Isn't more than 100 years on this enough? Sooner or later, the whole truth will emerge.
So disrespecting superior minds. Shut up.
And the elite want us to bow our heads, praise and revere their relativistic Ponzi scheme. In exactly the same way that in ancient times, Sumerians people were forced to praise deities imposed by the kings and Uruk sages.
Please shut up. Or we will be forced to take disciplinary actions against you. Please leave this room now.
Okay, that's it. I'm leaving. I learned all I should have from this class. Thanks for nothing.
Let's hang him. Let's burn
Burns that
that
kid
kid
down.
down. Burn him at the stake.
Lucas, that was so fast. How was your class?
Susie, not so good. The professor was not interested in answering any questions. The educational system seems to be focused in making the whole relativistic tale a profitable business. By collecting funds, taking money from people's taxes, creating many institutions, generating false expectations, raising university tuition rates, and making admission and curriculum requirements more difficult.
Okay, don't worry. You can fight for things to change in our societies. I found a website that shows a new alternate ideology, which could be the solution to the resounding failure of the current educational system and all the inherited ideologies. A new way that differs from the old failed doctrines, socialism and capitalism. Very interesting, indeed. Yes, we must fight for a truly profound social change.